Okay, welcome to another episode. Thanks for watching. We have a lot to talk about tonight. As we all know, CM Punk's long-awaited debut, his MMA debut at UFC 203. It was rather anticlimactic. But we're talking about tonight's WWE SmackDown exclusive pay-per-view Backlash 2016. Plus, we'll cover some news and rumors in the world of WWE and wrestling. So, for those of you who watched UFC 203 tonight and were fans of WWE or CM Punk fans, I don't know. I don't know what many of you were expecting out of CM Punk, but he uh, he got his ass beat. To put it in plain English, I watched a video the other day about his journey to UFC and his training, and I don't know if they were just trying to show the bad parts where he was struggling during training when he was sparring. He just, I don't know. At first glance, he just didn't look too good. I don't know. I didn't want to judge from what I was seeing because sometimes in these documentaries they try to make it dramatic. Uh, they show you the bad parts of him struggling. So when he does win, you go back and you see the struggle and how he overcame and his desire and all that happy crap. From my opinion, looking at that video, he just didn't look like he had the coordination. The guy's 37. Listen, I give him all the credit in the world for even attempting to go into the octagon. He didn't have to. He doesn't need the money. He did it to test himself. Hey, you know what? More power to you. But he went down inside of 2 minutes. He served from the onset. He made a classic mistake. He charged at Mickey Gall with his hands up, and Mickey Gall went straight like a shark. To feeding on prey. He went straight to his torso, took him down, flipped him onto his face. Punk tried in vain to struggle and get out of there. You heard the announcers that he was in major, major trouble. Uh, Mickey Gall started punching him, drew blood. Uh, and then he just put him in a choke. And he, when they announced the winner, the official decision. He saw Punk. He had a black eye here. He was cut. His ear looked like Dumbo. He now he got bruised on his ear, and he's gonna have a cauliflower ear. I mean, the guy, all his life wrestling, he never got a cauliflower ear, and within 2 minutes in the octagon, now he's got a cauliflower ear. I don't know how much his wife is gonna like that, but. I mean, very uneventful. I don't know what to say. Gonna come back. Yeah, he's coming back because he signed, I believe, to Dana White signed him to 3 fights in the UFC. I mean, maybe next for his next fight when he does come back, they'll put him in there with a real tomato can. Maybe somebody older than Mickey Gall, who was 24. But I mean, I don't know. Listen, anything can happen in the UFC, but I just don't see it with CM Punk. He just doesn't look like he has the coordination. I mean, you just can't, step into the octagon. Hey, listen, now for all those Brock haters and those Brock doubters that you don't think the guy's legit when they mention that about Brock that he's legit, uh, now you realize what a freak and badass Brock Lesnar is to step in from the world of wrestling into the octagon and become the UFC heavyweight champion. And he beat Brock Lesnar beat the biggest names. He beat monsters, destroyers, legends, the all-time names in combat martial arts, and he beat him. He beat them all. Brock is. How could you ever doubt? Now, if you didn't know, if you didn't understand, now you see how difficult it is when you see a guy like CM Punk tries to step into the octagon and got beat down in a hurry. So now tomorrow we'll see the IWC. They're gonna make fun of CM Punk with the memes, and the other half will say, "Oh, he's coming back." That means he's coming back. He ain't coming back, not for a long time. If he does, at least if anything, now his stock just went down a lot. Okay, so it'll be a while if he ever does come back to WWE to make people forget tonight's events. So moving on, I mean, there's really nothing else to say about CM Punk's debut. It was short and lackluster and uneventful and anticlimactic, to use any more cliches. So tomorrow night, WWE on their network, they're going to have show Backlash. It's a SmackDown exclusive pay-per-view. That means it's only SmackDown performers. Now they're going to have split pay-per-views. Next month will be Clash of the Champions, which will be a Raw pay-per-view. They tried this before. I don't know. So far, I'm undecided about the brand splits, but we'll give it time, and I'm sure something good will happen. Tomorrow is just going to be just like a regular, a good solid episode of SmackDown without commercials. I mean, don't expect too much. You know, a lot of fans, they don't manage their expectations. Everything's going to be the greatest. Just watch, and just what it is, what it is. And I hate using that saying. It is what it is. But they'll have the Intercontinental match tomorrow, The Miz versus Ziggler. As we know, Miz, he's hot right now. He's been IC champ for about 150 days, I think. His appearance on Talk Smack with Danny Bryan, that promo got him a lot of attention and praise. The Miz is hot right now. Dolph Ziggler's not. He just came off a lackluster performance against Dean Ambrose at SummerSlam. I can't see The Miz not walking away with the IC title. And then we want to talk about more lackluster. Bray Wyatt, the guy, all he does is cut promos, never wrestles, and when he does, he loses. He's a glorified jobber. The Wyatt family split up. Braun Strowman right now is more over than him. They're giving him more of a push than him, who's on Raw. And he goes up against Randy Orton. We all know what happened at SummerSlam, how SummerSlam ended against Brock Lesnar. Brock opened him up the hard way, left him laying in a pool of his own blood. He got 10 staples. Listen, I don't know. I'd be hard pressed to say Bray Wyatt's coming out the victor, unless they're giving him a push. But I'm tired of waiting for these pushes, and it's going to be happening now and tomorrow. I'll say Randy Orton. Probably the surprising match that I'm excited to see, for many of you probably are, is the Tag Team Championship. They have a semifinal tomorrow night. The Usos versus the Hype Brothers. The Usos, I guess, they went heel in the last episode of SmackDown against the American Alphas, attacking them from behind. At this point, it's the logical thing to do. The Usos are pretty much boring. I don't really like them. But I figured they'll go up against Heath Slater and Rhino, who right now have great chemistry. Heath Slater's on a roll. The fans are behind him. He's been clamoring for a contract, calling himself the hottest free agent in wrestling. He had a pretty entertaining promo on the SmackDown Go Home show to Backlash, where he introduced his family, the Slaters. Basically, it was about 10 male and females with red hair. And he called them Slaters. It was pretty entertaining. And him and they teamed him up with Rhino, who's back with WWE. And surprisingly, they have some pretty good chemistry. It's that kind of chemistry. It's comedic chemistry, but they also gel well in the ring. So, hey, listen, put the SmackDown tag team titles on Heath Slater and Rhino. You can't go wrong. It's an entertaining act right now. What's not entertaining is the SmackDown Women's Championship. They have Becky Lynch versus Nikki Bella versus Naomi versus Alexa Bliss versus Carmella versus Natalia. Yeah, exactly. Who cares? I mean, put the title on Becky Lynch. That's the logical choice. But no, Nikki Bella is going to come back. She's going to get the title. Blah, 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 blah. Boring. And the main event will be WWE Champion Dean Ambrose against AJ Styles. Dean has been on a little bit of a cold streak. He had that he was on the Stone Cold podcast. It was, I don't know, even though it was interesting, a lot of people said it was awkward, described it as awkward. I don't know. He didn't come off as articulate. I don't know. It was very, I don't know. I don't know what to make of that. And then he had a lackluster match against the title defense against Dolph Ziggler at SummerSlam. I don't know. I really don't know what to make of him. His promo against AJ Styles was okay Tuesday night. AJ's on a roll. The fans are behind him, even though he's a heel. He beat Cena clean at SummerSlam, so that's a signal. That AJ's. They got this high hopes for AJ. So I don't know if he's gonna take the title tomorrow night. Maybe there'll be some screwy finish. Somebody will interfere, and Dean will escape somehow with the championship. I'm rooting for AJ. I think the move is to put the belt on him tomorrow night or tonight, if not soon. Put it on him. He's the best wrestler in the world. He deserves to have that title on around his waist. Ambrose, I don't know. It seems like since he won the championship, he just doesn't have that oomph anymore. So, as far as Backlash, we'll see tomorrow night. Don't get your hopes up. In other news, WWE and Alberto Del Rio parted company this week. For the second time, Alberto Del Rio was asked out of his contract. He wasn't happy. Rumors are it has to do with him dating Paige. I don't know. He came back. He resigned after that controversial episode the last time where he slapped some cameraman, I believe, backstage for making a racist remark. They released him. Then they re-signed him. And he came in his first match. He won the U.S. title off of Cena. And he really didn't do anything. He was the League of Nations. I mean, they didn't use him at all. And now Cesaro is rumored he'll be quitting. He's down 3-1 in his best of 7. The rumors online are that he's gonna quit. I mean, listen, he's been a glorified jobber. They don't see that much in him. He loses in his career. Somebody online, they've recorded his win-loss record, and he's lost 70% of his matches in his WWE career. So what does that tell you? I mean, and you got these hopeless fans who are just waiting for this push. And come on, how many times have they repackaged, rebooted him? The Swiss Superman, the We the People. That he came back as James Bond with the tuxedo. Is he talented in the ring? Yes, and they see that. They consider him a showman with feats of strength. I always say that. I use that term. They make him do the swing. He suplexes people from the outside apron back into the ring. He could do it all. He's one of the most gifted wrestlers in the world. But you go back to the Stone Cold podcast with Vince McMahon. I mean, when Steve Austin put him on the spot, Vince McMahon said he somehow isn't connecting. So when Vince McMahon comes out on a live broadcast and says that about you, it doesn't look too good. And that's layman's terms for he just doesn't see that much. He doesn't see it in you. He doesn't see that much in you. He doesn't think he can make money with Cesaro. But that's going to be it. I'm going to keep it short, and I'm going to try to make another video later on tonight, with the Backlash results and any new news and rumors. Thanks for watching and for your patience, putting up with technical difficulties tonight. And I'll see you later on tonight. Thank you. Bye.